Alright guys, Mustang 23T here. I'm going to go ahead and install the Barton Industries automatic shift knob. I went ahead and I started this because it's a little tricky to take these two pieces off. But first thing what you need to do is you're going to remove your rubber piece that goes here, and if you have like a mat like I do, go ahead and remove it. Basically, that's the piece you're going to remove. Once you do that, you're going to pry this chrome piece from the front. All you do is you pull. And if you have a pry tool, it's much easier. I was able to pop it off just little by little until you reach towards the end, and then this piece comes off. Once you remove that, then you got to remove this piece here. This one here actually comes off much easier if you use a pry tool. Again, I was able to remove it very carefully by removing it. What I did is I pulled here from the front. Once those two clips were off, I grabbed from here from the center and pull away and then up, and then this whole piece came out. The next step for you to do is you lift this up a little bit, and there's a connector here that you have to take off. Comes off real easily. So you have to disconnect this. Don't yank the whole thing out, because if not you break it. But the connector comes off real easily if you pull it down. And then you don't have to do much. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove it here. It's hard to do it with one hand, but it comes off real easily. Once you disconnect that, I'll show you what the next steps are. Alright guys, just a little side note, I wanted to do a little zoom in here. There's this little release tab right there, right where my thumb is, and then what you do is you press, and that comes off just like that. Once you have that out of there, you're going to lift this up, and there's going to be a screw right in front of the knob, which is going to be right where my finger is. Let me show you right now. Give me 1 second. It's going to be right in the front. Get a better angle here, guys. Bear with me for a second. The screw is right here. You're going to need a small shorty Phillips screwdriver. If you don't have one, what I did is I turned on the car, put the ignition, I pulled the whole shift knob back, and then I used a regular screwdriver, get it in there, get it a little bit loose. Once you remove that screw, then this whole piece comes off, which I'll show you how it comes off right now. And very important, what I recommend is you put some type of cloth here, a microfiber towel or a bag or something, so that in case the screw may fall off or anything, doesn't go through the cracks or whatnot. So very important. So I'm going to show you how this comes off right now. Alright guys, there's another screw right above that one, the one that I removed on the previous session of the video. Once you remove that, it's right above, actually right above the other one, right by where the plastic part is. Let me get a good angle here so you guys can see. So those are the two screws you're going to remove. Once you have that, turn on the car, put it on neutral, and this knob piece just comes right off. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and show you what we do after, once this is gone, so that we can install the new shift knob. Alright guys, once this piece is off, what you're going to do is you're going to use a flathead screwdriver, and there's going to be two clips, one on each side of this, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to pry them in there. I went ahead and I removed it, but I just wanted you guys to go ahead and see where it is. You're just going to press down on each side, you know, and then this whole piece just comes off already. So now the boot is out, and you have your shift knob on the other side. Alright guys, so remove this piece here. You're just gonna squeeze. This comes right off. There's just glue in here, but if you press in it, it comes right out. Just like that. So now that you have the boot out, we're gonna go ahead and install the new shift knob right through here. I'm gonna show you how that's done right now. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is go ahead and pull through the new shift knob. And what you want to do is, once you put it right through, the orientation is that the screw is facing the letters here. And what you're going to have to do is cut out a little bit on the boot. I did this with some scissors. You can also have some cutter. And you're just going to pull it right through just enough to expose the screw there. Once you have that, you put the supplied zip tie that comes on it, which I'm going to go ahead and do now. And I'm going to go ahead and pause the video so I can go ahead and install that so you guys can see what it is. But you put it right through here. They supply a zip tie in the box. Alright, so I got the zip tie in. Any excess, go ahead and cut it off once you have it nice and tight. And then we'll move to the next step. So here we go. Alright guys, now we're going to go ahead and move. We're going to install this piece. Very important, the slotted side has to face the driver's side. And we're going to install the two screws we removed earlier. Again guys, I'm going to let this here sit for a while. Very important, put it like a bag or a towel, so just in case you don't drop in the screw. You got to turn on the car, put this in gear all the way to the back, again, to be a little bit more comfortable. I'm going to go ahead and install this piece. But just wanted to highlight the important, the orientation, which is the slot that's there goes to the driver's side again, and the two holes facing up. And then you install the two screws that we removed earlier, and then we'll move to the next step. Alright guys, so there's the two screws that I was talking about. We're going to head and install those, and once that's there, you just tighten it up, and then we move to the next step. So what we're going to install is the supply screw here. We're going to thread it in just enough so that it doesn't fall out. And then we're going to install these two springs that are also supplied. Now there's some grease in here, so these should hold them down. So you're going to guide them down to those two holes you see there, which will match these two holes here. And then once we do that, we'll go ahead and guide the boot area into that and get them in there. And then we're going to tighten this screw right here. If little side note, just carefully put them in there until you match into the two little holes that were there, and the spring will just go in right away easily. We're gonna go ahead and now tighten this screw right here, and then we'll move to the next step. Alright, so very important, push down on the knob, make sure you get that screw on the actual groove, and then you can start tightening. Now this comes with a supplied little Allen wrench. You're gonna go ahead and tighten it down. I already tightened most of it. I'm just giving it the last tight. Just fully tight. And that is it. Alright, once that's done, just make sure that everything works and works good. Got it in park, so I gotta turn on the car. Give me a second. Make sure it works. And then, once that's done, go ahead and put this on neutral. Give me enough space. Once that's done, you're going to go ahead and install the connector again and push this piece down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to pause the video so I can have some good leverage here and make sure I install it correctly. But again, just put it in there and then you're going to snap this piece back in. Alright, so we're going to do that, show you how that's done. Alright, there's that piece. What you want to do is start off from the back. You're going to insert the back and then move towards the front. Now this connector here, you're going to have to adjust and make sure it goes into the little hole. Make sure it's not trapped into anything before pushing on these last areas here. Once you have that in, I'm going to go ahead and install the chrome piece. Same thing, what you want to do is start from the back and work your way forward. Just like that. Install back your rubber pieces. And now we're ready to install the ball. Alright, before you install the ball, you're going to put some Loctite here. And you have to let it sit overnight so that it completely locks in. You can put a little bit right above the center, all the way to the top. Now this thing is included by CJ Pony Parts, so alright, Alright, after you have that in, I'm gonna go ahead and install the ball. Very important. If it doesn't line up, what you want to do is, you see that little Allen key all the way at the end, that basically you're gonna need one of these, and you can loosen up in there in the center so you can move this piece here. What I did is I first installed the ball all the way in, and what was happening is it would stay in this orientation or more or less this way, and no matter what I did, it wouldn't go into the center. So I loosened this up from the inside. I went ahead and I screwed in the ball, made sure I got it to the right center position. Then I unscrewed the ball again and I tightened it up, like I said, from the inside. Now that I have it nice and centered, all you do is put in the ball and thread it all the way down. Makes things so much easier. Other videos that I've seen, they don't give you this extra tip, so no matter what you do, it's not gonna look as nice as this. So you get it nice and straight, and that is it. So there it is, folks, looking real nice. Alright guys, this is how the shift knob looks, making the car look real nice. Let me know what you guys think. Mustang 23T, I'm out. Have a very blessed day. Thanks for watching.